Nedwindan and Mad Moyan, Bawamshin, Web Tayan, what they want me. Want to do a quick prayer here to start things off in a good way. Hamamogosnan, which Jock Chicago God Gishtoyan Minamano Gishkit. And I told you to be wetch moke, and I told you to be wetch now quick. And I told you to be wetch bagage book, and I told you to be wetch Kissinya. Sagamakwe, Misho Gija, Jayak Minadok, Machna, Etneswat. Mamogosnan will dash Diego, and Mingoyak, Minok Mars, and Minajit Marcos one. Zenegit nan Gorigan Gishman, Bakando Mazuk, Nedwindam Wat. Ekin daswat or bodewad nimwin, ni jok meshnak, jayak or bamajja, kamaljish nawachod, or jok pingo waja, no kindas wat or jeshboy. Aha, ayachmo, yok shejna. Miigwech. So I've been working on this this little. I've always got some little project I'm working on, but my recent project is I've been working on a frequency list. And in English, you'll have like they have this thing called the Dolce. I don't even know if I'm saying that, maybe Dolce. Okay, Dolce word list. And it's basically your most common words in the English language. Years ago, I looked at that list and I thought about putting that list into Potawatomi. And I know Don had played around with that. I think he may have done one where he did that into Potawatomi. But more recently, I was thinking, man, what I need to do is do a frequency list of Potawatomi. Instead of trying to look at Chimokman Moen and to say, this is what we use in English, and this is the frequency in Potawatomi. No, I need to look at the frequency of words used in Bodewad Mimwin and make a list of those. So I started with, Jim has 2 books that he's put out now. The thing about that is it has to be in more of a book or a conversational format for that to work, because I can't just take somebody's manual or conversation thing and just randomly grab those words, because that's not naturally what came up. That's just what they wrote to teach it. So Jim has done a couple of books, which are really nice. He's got one called Wete Yachmoinen, which are like true stories. And then he's got another one, Mikwindwinen, which are memories. And they're just like him talking about stories and things that happen with him and relatives. That's more true dialogue. So I took that. Then I also took some stories. Prairie Band had some stories they put out several years ago, many years ago. And I took those stories so I'd have a little bit of variety. And again, I'm picking through those and I'm grabbing the words. And what I do is I put them on an Excel sheet. So if I see if I see Shoda, I put the word on the sheet, and if I've already have it on the sheet, I add a number. So it's number 1, number 2, 3, 4, how many times it's come up. And so at the end, I've got a list of like how many times this word or expression has come up. And I also have the word itself and then a list of words. And so eventually, the more documents I look at, hopefully the better it'll become, because it'll be more precise on word usage, if you will. But right now, like I've got about 5 or 6 different documents that I have involved in it. And it's pretty cool. And so I've taken some of those documents and I decided what I'm going to do is, and how I'm going to make that beneficial to people is, I'm going to look at some of those top 10, top 100 words that come up all the time. And I'm going to build sentences just using those words, so you can see how those words can be used in a variety of situations. And so you're going to hear those words in 5, 10, Nyana, Nake, Madatso, Bakan Kedwinen. So you're going to see them in 5 or 10 different phrases or statements. So one Got Kedwin, one word that came up quite a bit was Mina. Now, Mina has 2 meanings in Potawatomi. It means and it can also mean again. So like Bama Mina. And I started off I was going to translate these, and then I decided not to. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys try to help me translate these, what I'm trying to say here. So Bama Mina, that very first one I translated, later again. Now, Bama is an interesting word, because even though we use it as kind of almost a farewell or see you again thing, it can also be used as wait or later. So like if I said, Bama, Louis Bean Chige, Gishna Kwek, wait, I'm going to clean at noon. Like hold off, I'm going to clean at noon. So this next one, Netum Dawao Gumgok Nawijia Mina Ijawa Giwe. Etum dawao gum gok nuija mina ija wa giweyan. Now, one place mina pops up a lot is as kind of a connector, like between two thoughts. So like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. So that's one place you see it pop up a lot. So netum dawao gum gok nuija mina ija wa giweyan. What am I trying to say here? Netum dawao gum gok nuija mina ija wa giweyan. Let's see if you recognize some of the words here. Are there any words that kind of jump at you that you do recognize, or maybe parts of words? To the store I will go. And dawao gum go to the
And then I will go home.
and then I will go home. Okay, so netum first, dawao gum go to the store, I will go. Nuija. And mina, ija is and then wa giweyan, I'm gonna go home. So the whole thing will be first I'm gonna go to the store and then I'm gonna go home. Pretty logical. No one lives at the store. Except during these times, some people may live at the stores during the holiday season, but Schwatzo mina apta nagidoki. Schwatzo mina apta nagidoki. Another place you see mina a lot is in time, using it like something and something for a time. Sometimes we'll say shech, sometimes we'll use mina. So if I said like 10:25, I would say madatso mina nishwabtak shechniana, 10 and 25. So schwatzo mina apta nagidoki. 8:30. Okay, what's that doki? Anybody? Close. It's in that thought. It's in that same general wake. Wake. So at 8:30, schwatzo mina apta, 8.5. That's the 30. Nagidoki. I woke up. So I woke up at 8:30, which is not true. I would have been late to work, but schwatzo mina apta nagidoki. I woke up at 8:30. Schwatzo mina apta nagidoki. Giminogi get gomina wabak we makomi swing. Hopefully that's not true. Deb Wan, tell the truth. Gimnogis get gomina wabak we makomi swing. Does anybody get any of that? Giminogis get gomina wabak we makomi swing. Good day, I heard, yeah. Today. Tomorrow it will be icy. It's gonna be icy. Yeah. Gimnogis get gom mina wabak we makomis when. Again, I hope I'm not telling the truth here. So it was a good day, it was a nice day today, and tomorrow it's gonna be icy, which is not true. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow too. Gimnogis get gom mina wabak we makomis when. Justin Neely Nadej Nakas, Mina Ganin Zagnanibi. Justin Neely Nadej Nakas, Mina Ganin Zagnanibi. Zagnanibi. So Justin Neely, I'm called, and I'm also Zagnanibi. This is one way you could introduce yourself if you wanted to use your Indian name. You could also flip it and go the other direction. You could say Zagnanibi Dejnakas, Mina Ganin, Justin Neely. And sometimes I'll say, Justin Neely, Chimokman Noswin, or I'll say, Zagnanibi Nishnabe Noswin. It's my Indian name. Mina Kadon. Mina Kadon. What are we saying here? Say it again. This is a good one to know. Say it again. This is a great one. Now here it's used as again instead of and. Remember, it's and or again. So say it again. Mina Kadon. Good one. If you didn't hear somebody go ahead. Mina Kadon. Say it again. Jayak Mina Kadok. Jayak Mina Kadok. Everyone say it again. Jayak Mina Kadok. Now I don't have to have Jayak here. I just chose to use Jayak, which means everyone. Just the Kadok itself means everyone do it. So if I said Mina Kadok, it'd be everybody say it. Mina Kadok or Jayak Mina Kadok. Jayak Mina Kadok. Chon Kindesim. And I got a typo here. Hold on, I gotta fix this typo before it drives me to the edge. There should be an extra K in there and it kind of moves up. So it's chon kindesin ga kedyen mina da kedyen. Chon kindesin ga kedyen mina da kedyen. Oh, now what am I saying? Chon kindesin ga kedyen mina da kedyen. No is good. That's a good start. That's good. No. Okay, so no. Does anybody know what the verb kindon is? Know it. It's understand. No, it's basically in English. It's almost the same thing. So yeah. So no. So I don't know. Ga kidyin. Yes. And I don't know what you said. Could you say it again? Yeah. Chon kindesin ga kidyin. What you said, kidyin. Mina again. Da could kidyin. So could you say, I don't know what you said. Could you say it again? Chonaga kindesin ga kidyin, mina da kidyin. Nagipshe bagaji. I'm a little bit deaf now. Nagipshe bagaji. And yeah, oh, scan out. Well, kiet namjana nidikweom ninduk mtino gishpun egi kadot egipshean. My wife, she believes that it's only when she speaks that I'm deaf. But get jana nan godigan chon kindesin or chonistadosin nipanoje get kedwat nan godigan. But I also don't understand my kids sometimes too. So she just thinks it's always her. Mina Zeneget Gishpin Boa Kedyan Gijian Kedwin Genebich Kwetanjana. You know, she also says that I never say a straight thing. It's always maybe, perhaps. I try to tell her, Zeneget man Gorgan Chimokman Moyan Mina Gebegi Jukenishna be Moyana Nake Nishna be Nindaman. Moshuk Bodewad Memon Getchwa, wow, Yawan, Peach Keep Doyan. Sometimes it's hard when I'm talking Potawatomi all day, or I'm thinking in Potawatomi all day, because Potawatomi kind of goes around like a circle, kind of circles around stuff when you're talking. And then you get to that point, which I think it makes it clearer, but it can also be seen as going around and circling around. So around the book. But in the end, you get to that one kind of specific point. So it works out. So, okay, anyway, though. Shka wabno takshka nuio gishpenadon mina ge shka makaznan. Shka wabno takshka nuio gishpenadon mina ge shka makaznan. Let me check real quick and see if this is still on live. Mina kadon? TV, yes.
The shka or just
Shka just means new. Shka means new. Now, if you were to say a big TV, kitcha, yeah, kitcha wabno tashka, a big TV, but shka it means new. So shka wabno tashka, a new TV, nuio gishpenadon, mina ge shka makaznan. So I heard part of what you guys said. I apologize that I missed the second part. Anybody say anything else? What's that gishpenadon? What's that verb? Buy it. And that's okay. Hey, if you ain't trying, you ain't, if you ain't guessing, you ain't trying. So, and also new shoes. Guio kinomagane. Mama mina. Miguech jock shagago ezitchkayan. Kiet namjana mano kinomagwid eyalyan. Thank you for everything you do. You're a good teacher. Go get them. So, what is what? Yeah, Nui is I will. And when you throw that extra O in there, see how I have an O in there? That's a pre-verb where you can say like I'm going to go. Nuio. So I'm going to go by Nuio Gishpenadon. You could just say Nui Gishpenadon. That's fine too. It's just another little twist, if you will. I like to throw those in from time to time. So we got the first part, I believe. I'm going to go buy a new TV and what's that? Geshka Makaznan. Also, is that gay? New shoes. Yeah, and new shoes. I'm gonna buy a new TV and I'm gonna buy and also new shoes. Shkawab no tashka no yogish benadon mina gashka, my cousin. Good. We demotion mina get a no swim. We demotion mina get a no swim. What's that no swim, Reba? I'm picking on you this time because only because we talked about it a little while ago. We demotion. We didn't talk about we demotion though. We demotion mina get a no swim. What is we demotion? Anybody know the verb we demoa? We demotion? Tell me. Tell me. That shun is a command form for those VTA verbs. We demotion. So tell me, Mina, get a no swim.
Tell me again.
Your name. Yep. Tell me again your name. Tell me your name again. We demotion, Mina, get a no swim. Show me quindes in the no swim. I don't remember those names. Zeneget nan godigan gishpen the question koyan manak pakan bamazdik gabegi. We demotion. We demotion. Tell me. That's a good one to remember. It's a command form. So you're saying, tell me. You could be like, tell me where you're going. Tell me your name. Tell me what's happening. We demotion what's happening. Yeah. We demotion. I'll even there's an interview skit that we did online that says we use that we demotion. We say we demotion bagaji ayalyan. Tell me a little bit about yourself. We demotion bagaji ayalyan. Tell me a little bit about yourself. So we demotion. Tell me. Mina get a no swing. Tell me your name again. Now Mina popped up in the text that I looked at like 78 times. And that was pretty significant. It was like number 2. Number 1 was Jana, which I didn't put that one in there because Jana is kind of like an emphasizer. In fact, it's really hard to quantify Jana and to really isolate it like that. So I decided just to jump with Mina to start with. But another one that came up about 40 sometimes was G. Now, in the South, they say she instead of G. That just means like there, okay? And we'll see some examples here of how that sentence, how that can work out here. Try to bring this down a little bit. Okay. Nabiwabkos gadatonji baganak. Nabiwabkos gadatonji baganak. Yeah, my phone. Anybody know what bargain is? Bargain, what's ba? Ano yung ba? Gagim nom ba ne? Bargain. You say hat? Joe.
What is that?
Wheelquan. Yeah, wheelquan. Bed. So, nabiwabkos gadaton ji baganak. So you should put your phone there on the bed. Nabiwabkos gadaton ji baganak. You should put your phone there on the bed. I mean, I guess it's better than chesuk, the floor. Biwabkos gadaton ji. Yes, it's because it's on the bed. Yep. That's what my threw you a little bit. So it's locking in. It's on the bed. Normally you would. Oh, I'm sorry. Who said something? Oh, I'm sorry. Bonjour. Oh, you might want to mute your volume for just a second. Oh, miigwech. So we're just looking at some of these high frequency words here. So nabiwabkos gadatonji baganak. Nabiwabtos. Nabiwabkos gadatonji baganak. So you should put your phone there on the bed. Tone EG. And again, in the South, you also hear she instead of G for there. G, she.
Put it there.
Put it there. Tone EG. Put it there. So, or put it there or place it there. Tone EG. Now, tone has 2 meanings in Potawatomi. This one's obvious to what it means. It can also mean to own, like to have something, to have it or to put it somewhere is tone. But this obviously means put it there, not have it there. And that didn't make sense. Tone E G, put it there. Jeep to Benji. Jeep to Benji. Sit there. You're telling somebody, Jeep to Ben, have a seat there. Jeep to Benji. Jeep to Benji. Jeep to Benji. Nokiam get E Jeep to Buen. That chair is soft. Nokiam get E Jeep to Buen. Jeep to Ben Orjo Pianake Ewi Jeep to Bianji. Hurry up and sit there, or I'm gonna sit there. No. Wigi Jabskanji Skongamak. Wigi Jabskanji Skongamak. Wigi Jabskanji Skongamak. Does anybody recognize any of that? Anybody know what Skongamak is, or school? Good. Anybody have any idea what Jabskan might be? You may have heard this job before. It's on a lot of different words. Like Jobway, job. Well, I say that now. Everyone I'm thinking, I was like, that's not gonna be helpful to you guys. Jobskan. Oh, job again is a needle. There's one. Job means to kind of go through, and so Jobskan means to complete something or to survive something. So she went there to school. So she went to school, or she finished school there. She went to school there. Nagitonji Tazwanak. Nagitonji Tazwanak. Nagitonji Tazwanak. Same there. What is a Tazwan? Closet, or it can also be a cupboard. And so I put it there in the closet or the cupboard, yeah, depending on which one you are kind of referencing. Here you'd probably be pointing at it, kind of like, I put it over there in the cupboard. Gitonji Tazwanak. Tamgetchi. Tamgetchi. What is Tamgetchi? Well, we've seen that Maget before, I'm sure. What is Tamgetchi? This might be something you'd say if I said to you, Nipija etoyani biwakos. Nipija etoyani biwakos. Where'd I put my phone? Tamgetchi. It is there. That's all it means. It's there. Tamgetchi. That te part means it is somewhere. Like it's the inanimate form of yay in a location. So it's there, and then that G is just emphasizing right there. Tamgetchi, Tamgetchi. Or I mean, if you're motioning, you could just say even Tamget. You don't have to necessarily that. But you might say Dopwin Tamgetchi. It's there at the table. Another way you could say it. Beshoch G Jeeptabunak. Beshoch G Jeeptabunak. Beshoch G Jeeptabunak. Anybody know what Beshoch is?
Close.
Close. Yeah, wow, it's close. So good. So it's close there by the chair. Jeep to Bonek. Add on or near the chair. So it's close there at the chair, by the chair. Beshochi Jeep to Bonek. Pake Guanji. Pake Guanji. I'm gonna have to help you out with this one, I think. Pake Iguanji. Sometimes I get a little over the top, but Pake Iguan is like to the side of. It's over there to the side. Pake Iguanji. Whenever you see that iguan or iguan, it's usually indicating like towards a certain way or in a certain way. A lot of times it's a direction. Not always though. Sometimes it can even be like in a way of thinking. It doesn't have to be just like a direction, but that iguan or iguan often indicates like in a certain way. So. Nookshe, G-dam get. Nookshe. Excuse me. Nookshe. Yeah, look. G-dam get. Look, it's there. Look, there it is. Nookshe, G-dam get. Nookshe, G-dam get. Look, there it is. I mean, you could also throw in here like you could say Nookshe, dam get G. Biwa, of course. I don't know if there's that phone or Nukshe Dem Getji Wheelquan. There's that hat. Kianup Tonji. Kianup Tonji.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Hurry and put it there. Hurry and put it there. Kianup Tonji. Hurry up and put it there. Kianup Tonji. Kianup Tonji. Hurry up and put it there. Place it there. Neapton. Put it back. Kianup Tonji. Okay. This next word, gay. Gay is how this word sounds out. Gay. And this word comes up quite a bit. And it's something that I noticed a lot of speakers will use this as a way of kind of really emphasizing what they're talking about. So they might be talking about like, Anet Bamadzijuk, Get Pop Madzewa, Twitch Kasinyak, Gewin Wa, Bamodawat, Anet Wisnuin. So these people, when they went traveling, they would also carry with them food. But that gay and that gay with like a winwa, also they, or gewin, also he or she, or genin, also me. You hear that used quite a bit with speakers when they're having dialogue and they're talking, more than you even hear it like in, even though you'll hear it somewhat in stories, but you do hear a lot in dialogue, that gay. Usually it's attached to something else, so also this. So here's some examples. Benowigi Nishnabeki Anjiwuk Wechpagejmuk Gewin Wando Wabdam Wati Mikis. And I don't know why I made this so long, I apologize. But no,
In the beginning or?
close, long ago. Benowigi Nishnabek Ki Anjiwuk Wechpagejmuk Gewin Wando Wabdam Wati Mikis. Benowigi Nishnabek Ki Anjiwuk Wechpagejmo, Gewin Wando Wabdam Wat E Mikis. So what do we got going on there? Long ago. Nishnabek, yeah. Anji is to move.
West.
Moved west. Also they. Do means to try. So they were trying to see or trying to find Migis. The Migis shell is what that is. That's those little Migis shells. Yeah, that they would find at these different stopping points. So I was kind of referencing like you would in the Seven Fires prophecy. So Benowigi Nishnabeki Anjiwuk Wechpagejmok Gewin Wando Wabdam Wat E Migis. So long ago, the Nishnabek, they traveled or they moved to the west and they were following that Migis as they were trying to follow that Migis shell. Nikan Yahweh mina gewi nikeno magwit. Now here I want to show a little variation. Some speakers, I hear them just say gewi. Ween by itself means he or she. So like neen can mean I, geen would be you, ween is he or she, ninan is us but not you, ginan is us all, ginwa is you all, weenwa is they. Now these forms though, they aren't used like they are in English. It's not like, and I a lot of times I don't emphasize them too hard because I don't want people to think they can go like neen, jia, I go. It's not like that. It's nida jia. It's different, changes. But the way they're used though, a lot of time is to emphasize. Like, as for me, well, wabak nui maji. Let me see here. Neen wabak nui maji. To me, tomorrow, I'm going to leave. So I'm kind of really pointing that I'm going to do it. The same here when you're using them with like, and also, gewi, genin, also he or she is. So here I just wanted to show some variety. Like I said, some people will say gewi, they'll drop the in off, and some will say gewin. So nikan Yahweh, meaning gewin, kenomagwit. What am I saying here? Nikan Yahweh, meaning gewi, kenomagwit. Friend or brother. Yahweh, what's that Yahweh? That's Yahweh. Somebody's got their mind on some sucksy we are. Not Yahweh, Yahweh. To be. So he is. So he's my friend or he's my brother. Mina gewi nakenomagwit. And also, he is my teacher. Nikan Yahweh Mina Gewi Nakenomagu. He's my friend, he's also my teacher. Nikan Yahweh Mina Gewi Nakenomagu. We kasinyam get wabak mina ge win be some good. We kasinyam get wabak mina ge win be some good. What's that? Now kasinyam get should look familiar to everybody, especially those of you living up north. Panashishna gets wajna kasinyam get zagach. It's like it's always cold outside.
Will be cold tomorrow and windy.
Very close, very close. You got the cold tomorrow part and kind of drizzly. Wind size, kind of like a light drizzle, misty typeness. That was good though. You got the main part. So we kasinyam get waba kamina ge wind sun. Yeah, good job. Wasn't that? Yeah. Going again. Good, very good, very good. Good. Nagda windam oda jeshmo mina ge wejiniganji guan waja webuk. So here's an example I use where I don't have like the need or the gain as part of it. Nagda windam oda jeshmo and mina ge wejiniganji guan waja webuk. Nagda windam. Now, Nagda windam is not your everyday word. It's a way of thinking, but it's a way of deeply thinking. So it's like I deeply think about Oda Jeshmoan, this language. Mina ge wujinigan jiagwan wajawebuk. What am I saying there? Mina ge wujinigan jiagwan wajawebuk. You may have heard wujinigan jiagwan in a prayer. That might be a place you may have heard that word. Because it's talking about, again, what's that iguan? What I tell you that iguan was? It's kind of like a direction or in a certain way. Well, Nigan, what could that be? Out front. So Nigan Jiguan is in the future. So, and also about the future, Wajawebuk. What is Jawebuk? Anybody Jawebuk? What's gonna happen? So Nagdawindam or Jeshmun Minage, Wajanigan Jiguan Wajawebuk. So I think deeply about this language and also what's going to happen in the future. So Nagdawindam or Jeshmun, I think deeply about this language, Mina and Ge, also Weja, Nigan Jiguan. In the future, Wajawebuk. What's going to happen? So Nagdawindam or Jeshmun, Minage, Wajanigan Jiguan Wajawebuk. Nidane Gishgam, I should add a typo here, this O drops off. Nidane Gishgam Minage Bobske Man E nigga buddy. Nidane Gishgam Minage Bobske Man E nigga buddy. This is true for me after Thanksgiving. Nidane Gishgam Minage Bobske Man E nigga buddy. Fat. Gishgam. Gishgam was the verb to be fat. So that ne, it means it's a preverb. It means you're becoming. So I'm becoming fat, and also Bobsake man e nigga buddy, and my clothes are and my pants are getting tight. The dene gijgam minage Bobsake man e nigga buddy. Babskan is the verb for clothing to get tight, and then babskaman is in the conjunct form, e nigabadi, or someplace say gubdi versus gubadi, gubdi. Pants, yeah. So I'm starting to get fat, and my pants are getting tight. That's what I said. Nidane gishkam minage babskaman e. Nikabadi or Gebdi or Gubdis. Different people say a little different, that one a little differently in different communities. Ningaja. This is a good use for it. Ningaja.
Me too.
Me too. Ningaja. Wingaja. He or she also, he or she too. Winged. Gene ginwa. Gene ginwa. Also, you all, kind of like, you all too? You all also? Like maybe and we Nedwindan Gishpinadoyani Wishkababo Epich Gash Kanabagway on Geneginwa. Geneginwa. So I'm gonna go buy a pop. I'm parched, I'm thirsty. You guys also? You want something also, basically? Geneginwa. So nagi kindesin agi nishna be moyan agi penoje wiyan genin bawa kindaman oda manok madswin. Oh, there we go again. I just can't stop myself. I try to make these little precise sentences, but gina wesh nan go again. They're long sometimes. Chon gi kindesin agi nishna be moyan agi penoje wiyan genin bawa kindaman oda manok madswin. One more time here. Chon gi kende sin egi nishna be moyan egi penoje wiyan genin bawa kendaman what a manok mabzuin. What am I saying here? What parts do you recognize of this?
Good life.
Good life. Hey, that's a good one to recognize. It's good to recognize that manok mabzuin, a good life, good health. That's something you hear quite a bit too in prayers. In fact, that prayer I gave when I started class out, I said, we ask that you give us this good health or good life and health. So yeah, so we got the good life part. What's that bawa kendamon? Or what's just kendan? Do we figure out what kendan is? About Nishnabemo or Penoje. We know you guys recognize. Say that again, Richard.
I don't know. I don't think.
I don't know it. Or here's the past, so I didn't know it. So chonagi kindesin eginishna be moyan penoje wiyan genin boa kindaman or manok mazun. So I didn't know how to talk Indian or talk Potawatomi egi penoje wiyan when I was a child. Also genin boa kindaman or manok mazun. And I also didn't know about this good life, this good way of living, if you will, this manok mazun. Because manok mazun is a deeper word than that. It kind of really is talking about all those that Nishnabed Nadzuin, that traditional way of life and how we live our lives. So, So, Chonagi Kendesi Nagi Nishnabed Moyan Nagi Penoje Wiyan Genin Boa Kendaman Odamanok Madzuin. That was kind of hard, but you guys got little parts of it. That's good. Gigie Wijande I Pakonya Wisnoin Gewine Peach Wowdokji. Wadokji is again another typo from him. Gigie Wijande I Pakonya Wisnoin Gewi and Peach Wowdokji is again.
Go home.
You get home?
To go home.
That's Giwe, you're really close. Gigie would be your mom or Geneneum. Good, but you're close. Giwe is to go home. So your mom, Wijande, is cooking, is cooking dinner, Gewin, and also she Peach Wowdokji Mizinigan. While she is reading that book. Actually, that should be E, not G. There we go. E Mizinigan, that book. Gigie Wijande E Pagonya Wisnuin Gewine Peach Wowdok E Mizinigan. Now there's lots of words for cooking. You could also say, you could say Gigie Gigino E Pagonya Wisnuin Gewine and Peach Wowdok E Mizinigan. There's also more than one way to say to read. There's also Gedan or Gedan. So I could say Peach Geduk E Mizinigan. So,
Is there an Enos?
you're right, there is an even, it's a Miigwech. I was saying it, but I didn't have it in there. Oh, that makes it more complicated. Gegie wajanda ipakonya wisnun gewin epich wow dok even again. So your mom is cooking dinner while she's reading a book. That's multitasking right there. Yeah. Maybe Quetanjana, Anak Wegwindek Mazinigan, Madag Winduk, wow, or whatever book she likes to read. Me, it would definitely be a recipe book, or today it's more like I'd be reading my phone for the recipe. I just look up things online more likely than I would pull out a recipe book anymore. So now the fourth verb, or the first verb that we had kind of pull up from that frequency list was kado. Now, one reason you're going to have that word pull up quite a bit is because number one, a lot of those I was looking at were stories, and inside of stories, you're going to have a lot of things where they say, kado o wakshe, the fox said, or kado o mako, the bear said. Abduk dwi ishpendoni wishkababo, ket namjana gash kanabagwe, onajo beagle. So I have to go buy me a wishkababo real quick. My throat is parched. Igisan and Namgagasha, Eweb Kenomagayan. But I'm sorry, and I'll start teaching soon. Anake, Epich Kenomagayan, Epich Kishpenadoyan, Wishkababo. I'll just keep teaching more. Anyway. You say that's weird. Yeah, it's like coming, the language is coming in from above. That's the beauty of these mics. Okay, hold on one second. Bob, which can no muck. Okay, so Kado did pull up quite a few times in the documents I looked at, books, I think like 42 or 43 times. So that verb is definitely one that is used a lot. I mean, we use it when we talk about people. Oh, he said, she said, that's how you say it. That's what it is. So here's some examples. Mina kadum. Say it again. Mina kadum. Yeah. Gago ket canny. What is that? Gago ket canny.
Don't say that.
Don't say that. Gago ket canny. I find myself saying that kind of stuff a lot more often with my Pinochet, Nijan, it's like my kids, but Gago ket canny. Don't say that. Weknesia ga ked yan. Weknesia ga ked yan. Sorry. Weknesia ga ked yan. Weknesia ga ked yan.
What did I say?
What did I say? John Miquindesin. I don't remember. Weknesia ga ked yan. What did I say? Nukshe kebadze o mako gikido o wakshe. Nukshe kebadze o mako gikido o wakshe. The bear, What do you say? Look. Okay, we got look, nukshe, we got bear. What's that? Kebadze. Kebadze is an interesting word because it can mean a lot of things in different contexts, but you were thinking you had it. I didn't mean to cut you off. No, hit it on. I know you got it. Just say it. Say it. Kadon, say it. Kebadze is kind of like silly or foolish. It can even be used sometimes to talk about like crazy, but acting like wild. That's Paul. Oh, Paul. Is that his? That's his name. Kebadze. Kawaizi. Okay.
So look at that silly bear, said the fox.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Look at that silly bear, said the fox. Good, one that. Now, there's a great example of why Kado comes up so often is in stories. we often will use Cadeau. And again, I had to pull some of these were, a lot of these were out of stories. I'm also pulling some from some dialogue stuff, but with stories, you're gonna hear that word Cadeau pop up quite a bit in exactly that way, where so-and-so said that, so-and-so said this, so good. Nijida Kidyan E. Nijida Kidyan, excuse me, Nijida Kidyan E. Nijida Kidyan E. Close. What you that da, you gotta figure out what that da is. You're almost there. Da is like should or could. Yeah, but remember, you gotta think about, this one's a little complicated because Nija can be what or how. So how would you say that? Nija da Kidyan. How would you say that? Nija da Kidyan. But it could have been what would you say? But then you got that, so that would make sense. So how would you say that? Nija da Kidyan. So the way you could use this is you could say, you could be pointing at something. That would make perfect sense, you know. Nija da Kidyan. How would you say, you know, Zinigan Yawan or Nija da Kidyan, you know, Dokwen Yawan. Yeah, that'd be good. I got two examples. Here's another one you could use though. You could also say Nija da Kedom Guk. Nija da Kedom Guk. Now this one is more like that Maget. What does that mean? Kind of means like it is this. What this one is more like is like, how is it said? How would you say it? Or how is it said, basically? Nija da Kedom Guk. How is it said? So how would you say, you know, supper? How would you say table? Nija da Kedom Guk E, you know, table, if you didn't know how to say it or whatever. Nija da Kedom Guk hat. Oh, we okwan yawan. Or somebody could also say, we okwan jinkade, it's called. Nan godigan nuiked seba bisuk. Nan godigan nuiked seba bisuk. This is more of a joke thing for me, but this is what came to my mind. Nan godigan nuiked seba bisuk.
Sometimes I will say whatever that is, sabab bis.
On the line. Yeah, you had to have heard me say that a few times. I like to joke around every once in a while. I'll use that when I'm talking about the internet. I'll say on the line. Say Bobby on the line, on the thread. But yeah, you got the gist of what I was trying to say. Sometimes I will say, now I'm going to get in the weekend, and then you know, whatever. You know, wabozo wisnuman. Sometimes I'll say wabozo wisnuman, talking about like a salad. Rabbit food. Yeah. You know. So Cho nagakendesin I kedwin. Cho nagakendesin I kedwin. Shon gekendesin I kedwin. Shon gekendesin I kedwin. Shon gekendesin I kedwin. I don't know that. What's kedwin? Word or phrase. Kedwin can be saying, phrase, word. So if you're saying that word, you can use kedwin. If you're saying a phrase, you could also say kedwin. So this would be something you could say if maybe somebody used a word you didn't understand it. You'd be like, hey, chona gekindesini kedwin. I don't know, mamkach or whatever the word was, you know. You could be like, I don't know that word. Weknesia ga kadot okwe. Weknesia ga kadot okwe.
What's that woman called? What's that woman's name?
You're on the right track. You got all the elements, but what's the verb itself?
Could have said,
It's just
what did the
said.
woman say?
What did she say? There you go. You were all around it. You had the whole basis right there. Weknesia ga kadoto kwe. What did that woman say? Weknesia ga kadoto kwe. Miquinden bagaji gipshean. Remember, I'm a little deaf. So I may ask you this one day. I'm like, yeah, Weknesia ga kadoto kwe. What did that woman say? Or if you want to say, what did that man say? Weknesia ga kadoto nane. Weknesia ga kadoto nane. What that man said. So, and you can use this also, maybe you came something, you showed up late and they just got done talking, or maybe you just can't hear real well. Weknesia ga kadoto. How could I change this sentence and say, what are you going to say today? What are you going to say to that? Put you on the spot. Like, what are you gonna say today? How would you say that? Show Gabbo, nothing. Not saying nothing.
Take out the dog.
You definitely would not have the God, because the God is the past. So what's the future? We or wa. Mhm.
Conjunct.
And it wouldn't be Kadot, because that's he or she did it. So what are you gonna say today? I'll help you out here. Weknija wa kedyin gom. Weknija wa kedyin gom. You could also say Weknija gom wa kedyin. Doesn't matter. You can put the gom at the end or in the middle. Weknija gom wa kedyin, or Weknija wa kedyin gom. What are you gonna say today? And gom can also be, some people will use it almost like now too. Myself, I usually use odajopi or odopi for like right now. But occasionally some speakers will use gom when they're talking about like, not just today, but almost just like now, like at this moment. So you kind of got to read it like that too a little bit. Okay, where are we here? Weknesia da kedyak. Gada debwemen. Sorry, go ahead. What's that? Da, could, or
Could, would, or should.
could, would, or should? Kedyak.
Be in, but not.
It's kind of funny because I should have done that. I should.
What can they say? What could they say?
Uh-huh.
What would,
What should they say? What could they say? Yeah. And then Nada debwemen. What's debwem?
we should,
I said,
we should, we should, we should tell the truth. We should know, we
Yeah.
should,
we should tell the truth. That's it. Yeah, we should tell. So what should we say? Like, Weknesia da kedyak. What should we say? We should tell the truth. Da debwemen. You know, Wegwindik Ejewebuk, whatever happened. So I'm imagining, like, I know these always come out of my crazy head, but I was thinking to myself, like, something had happened, and like, and you're kind of debating, like, you know, what should we do? What should we? Weknesia da kedyak. What should we say? We should tell the truth. Da ked da debwemen. We should tell the truth. So I wasn't on that one. I was thinking to myself, there was somebody else involved, and so I didn't want to include them in that part. That's why I used the yak instead of your goal, instead of gadad deb women. So another word or phrase, or however you want to put it, expression that came up quite a bit. I think this one came up about 40 sometimes also, or 38, was Ija. And sometimes it would come up as Ilja. And that just kind of means and then, and then. So with stories, or when you're talking in general, if you're talking about something in the past, this is something that may pop up quite a bit. A lot of times this will tend to pop up kind of at the front of a sentence, but occasionally you'll see it pop up inside of a sentence where it's kind of like, just kind of continuing thought as it kind of goes down the way. So Ilja or Ija, and then Ija wigi odan ke minagish pene. Whoa, just not that. I see a typo, major typo. There we go. Ija nigi odan ke minagish pene doyan on it wisnuan.
And then I went to town and bought some food.
And then I went to town and bought some food. And this one actually should be Iggy also. On it, yeah. And then I went to town and I bought some food. On it, we snore. Ijagi kedo dokam mina jiptaben. Ijagi kedo dokam mina jiptaben. Then he or she said, be quiet.
sit and be,
Yeah, sit and be quiet. Yeah, and then he or she said, sit and be quiet. Nijigi kido dokam mina jiptaben. Or you can also just say Dadokmabin, behave to somebody, Dadokmabin, kind of cover. Dadokmabin actually has the elements of sit and quiet inside of it, but yeah. Dadokmabin, behave, so. Ijagi kado doka mina jiptabin, good. Ijanagi biskan mina egi gijep wisnian. And actually here, I'm gonna change this up a little bit. I need to. There we go. I'm gonna change it to biskonye instead of biskan, but it doesn't make any difference. Ijanagi biskonye mina egi gijep wisnian.
Got dressed and ate breakfast.
Yep, breakfast. I could have used Wobbin too. I just chose Gazep versus Wobbin. I could have said Wobbin, we stay on, it might have been clearer to you, but Gazep's just early morning. So, yeah, good. One night I got dressed and I ate breakfast. Ija, and then Nagi Biskonye or Biskan mine Agi Gazep Wisnian. Then I ate breakfast. Good. Now here I'm just changing it up a little bit and using Ilja just to show you how you could use Ilja instead of Ija. And some speakers will favor the Ilja instead of Ija. Same basic and then going on. Ilja namiquin mak jaki kepkyaja ka giwe wat. Ilja namiquin mak jaki kepkyaja ka giwe wat. There's your giwe, yeah. And we all know Jayak, we have had that many times. And we know Kepkiajak. Namiquin Mak. Jayak Kepkiajak Gagiwewa. Now you'll notice I don't have a tense marker on the first one, but I have a tense marker in the second one. That's because what's happening at that first verb is happening at that time in the present tense. And the other thing I'm thinking about.
They remembered?
Close. I remember them. So I remember, I remember all of those elders that have went home, that have passed on pretty much. God, Giwewa. So, and what I'm saying is in the present, so what I'm saying is Ilja Nimiquin Mak. So, and then I was remembering or thinking about all of those elders that have went home. Ilja Nimiquin Mak Jayaki Kekyaja God Giwewa. I didn't have to put a Jayak in there. I could have just said Gi Kekyaja God Giwewa, or I could have said Gi Jak Kekyaja God Giwewa, but that's how it came out for me. So. Iljinagi nanindam wa jichkeya. Iljinagi nanindam wa jichkeya. Iljinagi nanindam wa jichkeya. Here's another one where there's something in the past that I flipped into the future. So. Now that non-nindum may throw you, but it's called a replication. It's a replication of nindum or nindon you may have heard before. You guys recognize nindum or nindon? Okay, that's the verb to think. So non-nindum is to really think or to think a bunch about. So I really thought.
Then I thought, it's not thought.
Yeah, it's thought.
I will do something.
Yeah, you guys are right on the cusp of what I'm trying to say. And then I really thought about what I was going to do. I really thought about what I was going to do. So basically, if somebody said, this would be like your explanation if somebody's like, why would you do that? Well, I really thought about it. And then I did it, Iljindagi na nindam wajitske. And I really thought about what I was gonna do. And then I did it. Ilja. Igi no igi jitske. And then I did it. Nuko gi jitske o nane mine ija kakao oropi bigwaduk. There's a lot going on here, so. Nuko gi jitske o nane mine ija kakao oropi bigwaduk. Now here I wanted to show you how that ilja doesn't always have to just start out a sentence. It can kind of be in the middle of a sentence or kind of in the middle of a thought too, where it's kind of flowing along. So, nuko gi jitske o nane mine ija kakao oropi bigwaduk.
Did, and that man, and then, and now.
Those are all good things. She said she's got did and the man and now. All of those are very important.
Used to, Nucko is used to, the man did. He did it.
So he used to do that. And
And then
cacao suddenly and then suddenly it blew up. So he used to do that, and then suddenly it blew up. So basically something he always used to do. Maybe he used to, I don't know, fiddle around with dynamite or something, or whatever he used to always do. But he used to always do that, and then suddenly, boom, it blew up. Oropi bigwaduk, and then it blew up. So nuko gi jitske o nane mine ija kakao oropi bigwaduk. Again, some of these are a little harder to get because they're out of context. If we were talking in like in a general way, it would make more sense. But I wanted to show you an example how that ija though could be inside of a bigger sentence, kind of more in the middle of it. And then cacao, there's another word for suddenly, it's like geskana, I think is the word. But geskana, I tend to only hear more up in Wisconsin. Sometimes I'll hear it in Ojibwe communities like geskana for like suddenly, but cacao is like all of a sudden, cacao odopi at this time, bigwaduk. So all of a sudden at this time it blew up. Nuko jitske o nane mine ija kakao odopi bigwaduk. Good. Y'all figuring that out? That was a good one. That was a hard one. Ija mako bamose jim takwaki. Ija mako bamose jim takwaki. Yep, I heard parts of it from both of y'all. And then the bear was walking in the woods. Ilja mako mose jim takwaki. There in the woods, jim takwaki. And Reagan, we're on number 5. Maybe again, I might have a pen or a writing utensil. Yeah, but we'll say it's to walk. That ose by itself, I mean, just that part of it actually can indicate walking. But usually it's attached to something else, like you said, Gwek will say to turn and walk, Nem will say walk away. Anyway, I'm going too much. Nan godigan zam done yan the quayum paneshna ekadot order. My wife always says that. Sometimes I talk too much. And she'll ask me a question about something in the language, and I can't help myself. I'll give her like a dang 20-minute report on a word, and then she's like, I just wanted to know what that meant. It's like, now I don't know any of it. Like, well, congratulations to you. Yeah. Miigwech Jack Chicago Zamdone. Thank you for all your loudmouth constant talking. Zamdone. Okay. Ijawabozo wigi wabmani makon. Ijawabozo wigi wabmani makon. And then the rabbit saw the bear. Good. Yeah, and then the rabbit saw the bear. That's called the obviative form of the storytime mode. So the reason that you know the rabbit saw the bear and that the bear didn't see the rabbit was because on the end of bear, we have this N that's on it. And then we also have this NI. which is usually inanimate, but it marks the one being acted upon. So, Ija wabozo wagi wabmani makon. And then the rabbit saw the bear. Now, if you wanted to flip this, you could also say, you could say mako wagi wa, like you change the sentence, you could put the mako over there, say mako wagi wabmani wabozon. The bear saw the rabbit. There's another way you can do it, but I don't want to, again, I'm going to confuse you if I give you too much. So, Ijagi kado waben o ko mina ija wabozo so egi pakanaget. I forgot my egi there. Egi. Ijagi kado waben o ko mina ija wabozo egi pakanaget. All is ko. Ijagi kado waben o ko. Mina ija wabozo egi pakanaget. This comes from a story about why there's daylight. This sentence doesn't actually. That's what I was thinking when I made it, but it came out of my Kionadzim get in the wind up my crazy mind.
And the rabbit won.
And the rabbit won, correct. Good. So yeah, I think we got the whole thing now. So somebody said, and then the owl said waben, and the rabbit won. Because the way that story goes is ko, the owl would say debuket, night, and wabozo, the rabbit would say waben. And they said it back and forth for like 4 days. And finally on that 4th day, big yakwaze o ko, that owl was exhausted, mina egi kadot waben. And then he said waben, he said morning by accident. No.
I was wondering because I thought it mentioned.
No, never mentions whiskey or none of them. No. Yeah, those winter stories, most of them are ones that involve like whiskey or nana bojo, but this one's not. But that's always debatable. Everybody, you could $15 here, $1 there. Okay. The next thing I got here is the verb to come, which is bia. Now, bia, you can use it as a noun and as a verb, or not as as a preverb and as a verb. Okay. This is the preverb of it. Bia. Now, you'll see this attached on a lot of verbs. And it just kind of means like come. It can almost mean like go, almost in that direction, go that way, come. The way that I use it, or that I see it used the most, is in commands, at least for myself. But a lot of these speakers, they'll toss it in there on the front of inside of their verb, and it can confuse you. Like they might say like, "Gui bia we snum." You all came to eat. And throwing that bia in there might be like, what? Huh? So, but this one came up quite a bit in some of the stuff that Jim wrote. I'd say over 30 sometimes, 35 times. So it came up quite a bit. It was actually, I was really surprised. It was the top preverb that came up. And there's a lot of little preverbs out there. And I was really surprised that was the one that came up. I was like, So be a bead again, come on in. So when somebody's at your house or you're inviting them in, you can say, bead again, come in, bead again. Or you can say, be a bead again, come on in, be a bead again, kasin get zagach. Come on in, it's cold outside, it's warm in my house. So be a bead again. Also, every once in a while, I get somebody that wants to know, how do I say welcome? And you can't really say welcome in Potawatomi. You can say, usually we just say bonjour, like bonjour, Jai, everybody. But if you really want to look at the etymology of that word welcome in English, what it is they're welcoming someone into their abode. They're saying like, come on in, you're welcome at my house, come on in. So you could technically say, be a bidgek, everybody come on in, literally, or welcome, be a bidgek. But that's really kind of taking an English concept, really, and trying to make it work. So some people, they really want us to be able to say that. And I was like, well, but I explained it to them just like that. usually we just say, yeah, Bojo Jack, Bojo Denwin Magana, Bojo, Jaganagana, or whatever, Bojo Bamadja. But if you want to say it that way, you can. So, be a beat again. Be a wisnin. This is one that I use in my own house quite a bit. Be a wisnin. Come eat versus just wisnin, you're saying eat. Another way that you can do this too, though, is you can remember that O that I had earlier that I said that I was like Gishpenado, Nui Gishpenado. Oh, well, hell, I can't remember the sentence now. It was earlier I had a sentence where I put an O in there, like going to go by. You could also put an O on the front there and say, like, go eat. Oh, we snip. Oh, we snip. You all go eat, but be a come eat. Be a wee snip. If I told everybody come eat, be a wee snip. Be a wee snip. And not to kade non or we snowing. Come eat or the food's gonna be cold. Be a beat again, be a wee snip. Be a wee snip. Now here's an example with in a sentence. I came to think a certain way. I don't know why I put the English here. I started putting the English on these three. And then I did it again, didn't I? Scan, look at me. And then I left it again. So for a split second, I came back into my English thoughts and I put a few English down and then I left again. So Nagibianindum. I came to think. Nagibianindum. Came to think. Okay, so one verb that came up quite a bit also was zhitchke, which that doesn't surprise me. Zhitchke came up over 25 or 26 times in these limited number of documents I had that I was looking at. Like I said, the more documents I add to this paper, this frequency, the more it should fine tune itself to where you'll see a lot more words kind of pull away, if you will. But zhitchke, the verb to do something, we use this word all the time, Hey, what are you doing? What are you gonna do tomorrow? What did they do yesterday? So zhitchke. Jash abduk nidazhitchke. Jash abduk nidazhitchke. Panashishana. Debwam get it. It's so true. It's always true. Panashishana. Debwam get it. Always true. Jash abduk nidazhitchke. Jash abduk nidazhitchke. What are we saying? Let me look real quick and make sure I don't have any questions that have been mounting that I haven't been looking at. Okay, if I got any questions mounting up here anywhere. Good, no questions. That's either good or bad, however you want to look at it. Okay, Jash Abduk Nidazhitchke. What am I saying there? Excuse me. This might be a question if you ask somebody, Gadot Musne? Gadot Musne? Are you busy? Yeah, Jash Abduk Nidazhitchke. Jash Abduk Nidazhitchke. I have a lot. I got a lot to do. I have a lot to do. I have a lot I have to do. Jash Abduk Nidazhitchke. So Jash is like lots. Abduk, have to, Nidazhitchke. I have a lot that I'm doing or a lot that I need to do, like in the present tense. Jash Abduk Nidazhitchke. I got a lot going on. Another way you could translate that, Jash Abduk Nidazhitchke. I got a lot going on, a lot I'm doing. What am I saying there? What did they do? Good. What did they do? Well, y'all are smart. That's good. What are you going to do tomorrow? Yes. There we go. There's my use of bia. Perhaps I'll come to work. And not get bon michui on Egwazina, or I won't be working much anymore. Let's do it. Let's do it. Gagazitscaman. Let's do it. Gagazitscaman. Let's do it. Now this one here is kind of like it's used in the way we use it in Potawatomi. It's kind of like almost a pseudo command way, like let's go, let's do it. But it also means more like immediate future, like, so we're gonna do it in the immediate future. Gagazitscaman. So you can try to translate it as like, let's do it, or we're gonna do it like right now. Gagazitscaman. Let's do it. Gagazitscaman. Because in Potawatomi, we don't have, there's a form that they use in Ojibwa that they'll add a da to the end of a verb to say like, let's do it. Like they'll say, wisnada, let's eat. We don't have that form. What we would say is, gage wisnaman, let's eat. So, excuse me, hold on. Nijipi gajitske watki nishnabek. Nijipi gajitske watki nishnabek. What are we saying there? Nijipi gajitske watki nishnabek. Nijipi gajitske watki nishnabek. Benoi. But I think I heard it actually.
That's what I.
Yeah, don't get.
Doesn't fix this stuff.
When did those Indians do that? When did they do that? Nijipi gajitske watki nishnabek. When did those Potawatomis do that? When did that happen? So when did that happen? When did they do that? Nijipi gajitske watki nishnabek. When did they do that? And I was trying to intentionally kind of confuse you a little bit because by throwing that Nijipi win in there, Nijipi gajitske wat. Like what did they, when did they do it? Or what did they do? Yeah. Nijipi, or where did they do it? Nijipi gajitske wat. So Nijipi gajitske watki nishnabek. When did they do that, those Nishnabeks? When did they do that? Jitskan mina. Jitskan mina. Do it again. Jitskan mina. Do it again. Mtano Jitskan. This one you have to read into what I was trying to say. Say it again. Oh, that's the literal meaning. Only do that. Just do it. That's what I was going for. I was going for the Nike saying, but and so I was like, only do that, just do that.
You did
Yeah.
years ago. When there was kids of, like Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Just do it. Mtanojichkan. Only do that or just do that. Mtanojichkan. Only do that. Good. Why not? Or just do it. Otojopi jichkek. Everybody do it right now. Yeah, everybody do it right now. Otojopi jichkek. Do it right now. Everybody do it right now. Otojopi jichkek. Mina Kadon. Say it again. Mina Kadon. Nago Nagijitske. Nago Nagijitske. Nago Nagijitske. I did it yesterday. Kip Namjanan. Nago Nagijitske. Jonet Windesin. Wajitske on go. I did it yesterday. I don't want to do it today. Nago Nagijitske. Nago Nagijitske. Now, what if I said Nagone Gagijitske? Nagone Gagijitske. Did you do it yesterday? Nagone Gagijitske. Did you do it yesterday? Choke it this now, not really. The Yabietis. Nagi Yabietis. Nago, I was lazy yesterday. Yabyetse is an interesting word. There's actually a couple words to be lazy in Potawatomi. There's Getumkesk, that's like habitually lazy, and then there's Yabyetse to be lazy. So I'm not going to get Yabyetis. I was lazy yesterday. Nijipi Gajitchkayuk. Nijipi Gajitchkayuk. Yeah, when did you all do that? Nijipi Gajitchkayuk. When did y'all or yous, when did you all do that? Nijipi Gajitchkayuk. Yeah. Kitnamjan Skades. Nedwin Don Ejitchkayan Mina. I'm mad, I want to do it too. Nijipi Gajitchkayuk. When did you all do that? Nijipi kajijkeya. Okay, now here is the verb bia as a verb, okay? Now it flips between bia and bia. Like nabia, gabia, and then bia, as he or she does it. And then nabiaman, gabiaman, gabiaman, and biak, they do it. So here's some examples with it as a verb. Bian joda, bian joda. Come here, bian joda. Bian joda orajopi, come here right now. Biak shoda, everybody come here. Biak shoda. I think I had that down lower. Biak shoda. Wabak, what the heck? Okay, I don't know what happened there. I don't know why I flipped into Gia. Okay, well, I'm gonna change it. I put Wabak and so tomorrow we're gonna go, but I meant to say Bia, so Wabak Nuibiaman. So tomorrow we're gonna leave. Or we're gonna come. Wabak Nuibia. Tomorrow we're gonna come. Wabak Nuibia. Yeah, nah. How about mommy now, Lord? Okay, she had to take off. Wabak Nuibia. We're gonna come tomorrow. Wabak Nuibia. Nago Gibiak. Nago Gibiak. Nago Gibiak. Yesterday they came. They came or they came yesterday. They came yesterday. Sometimes the hardest thing with Gishbanabduk, Yan Kanotage, Yin Bodewad Mim, Gagish Nishnabe Moyin. Sometimes the hardest thing about translating Padami, after you said it in English or you said it in Padami into English, is that putting it back together in the logical way it would sound in English versus literally going, dun, 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 tomorrow we will come. We're going to come tomorrow, or yesterday they came versus they came yesterday, just kind of making it come out in good English. English, good chimokman moan. Okay, where was I here? Let's see. Wabakne guibia. Wabakne guibia. Wabakne guibia.
Are you coming tomorrow?
Are you coming tomorrow? Wabakne guibia iba edaya. Are you coming over there to my house tomorrow? Wabakne guibia edayan. Are you coming tomorrow to my house? Wabak, or just, are you coming tomorrow? Wabakne guibia. Wabakne guibia. Biak shoda. Everybody come here. Biak shoda. Beyond neap or neap beyond. Come back. Beyond neap or neap beyond. Come back. Beyond neap. Come back. Neap's a good one. That back is a good word to use. This would be good to use if you got no samaya. I mean, a webby way of what gets wise now. Be a good one to use if you got grandkids and they're trying to escape. Neap beyond, come back, or beyond neap, come back. That nap, though, you can use that with like our word tone. You could say tone nap, put it back, tone nap. So, Nijipi wajibiat o kokmas. Nijipi wajibiat o kokmas.
When is your grandma coming?
When is your grandma coming? Yeah. Nijipi wajibiat o kokmas. Now remember, our relative words are possessed in the sense that they're going to change. My grandma is Nokmas, your grandmother is Gokmas, Okmas, his or her grandmother, or some people put a W on it, they'll say Wokmas. But it changes depending on who you're talking about. Same with like Nosame is my grandchild, Gosame, your grandchild, etc. A lot of those terms will change. Nijipi wajibiat o Gokmas. When is your grandmother coming? Odajopi. That's not in there. It says right now she's coming. We gotta clean her. Let's clean. This is one you guys hear all the time. The other one. Where are you from? The funny thing about that is that's actually the number one. There's the number two phrases I ever hear people get. They flip them. Is Nija Ejnakajan and Nipija Wechbian. I cannot tell you the number of times I've asked one of those questions and I've got the opposite of those answers. So like I'd ask, oh, Nija Ejnakajan. Oh, Kansas City, Missouri, Deutsche Welle. No, no, that's not your, I'm from, so you're like, what's your name? I'm from Kansas City. Oh, okay, that's cool. Or vice versa, you'll ask somebody, ni PGHBI, and they'll go, oh, Justin Nadezhnikas. Well, I mean, Namadagwin done, Kindaman, get a nose one. Oh, it's good to know your name, Nestja, ni PGHBI, but where are you from? So that's a, and that wedge just kind of, it really kind of indicates like a certain location or direction. So it really is almost more like what direction are you coming from in a way? Hence, where do you come from? Where do you come from? Where are you coming from? Where'd you be at old California? Where'd you be at old California? He or she is from California. Where'd you be at? Where'd you be at old California? Gibia o nane Schwarzodebagnak. Gibia o nane Schwarzodebagnak. Gibia o nane Schwarzodebagnak. The man came at 8 o'clock. If you said that, it almost sounds like he came, he left. I mean, and he left. So they're like, oh, am I on time? You know, is he here? Nah. The man came at 8 o'clock. Minegi Majid, and he left. Okay, the ninth word here that I decided to choose, I picked 10 total ones to go over today. I have more words on the list, but I didn't make sentences. I only did it for like the top 10, I think. But the next verb is yay. I use this verb a lot. So it didn't really surprise me that this verb came up an incredible amount in dialogue.
EAE come up a lot too.
EAE or WEAE was one that came up quite a bit. WEAE, which is a variation of EAE, it came up like 18 times probably. It was pretty common too. I'll release that whole thing here eventually once I fine tune it and get a little more to it. I just wanted to give people a preview, so I put a few of them up there on Facebook. But yay, to be in a location, I say Nipija Ejiyayin almost daily. Mainly because my kids will be yelling at me from another room, or I'm on the phone. I'm like, hey, Nipija Ejiyayin, where are you? Nipija Ejiyayin, where you at? Nipija Ejiyayin, where are you? And if you lose people a lot, like me, or you're just wondering, that's a good one to know. Great one to use on the phone too, because here you can talk to somebody at Potawatomi about maybe they're supposed to be here, they're not here, and nobody else will have any idea what you're talking about for the most part, unless I'm standing by you, or one of us are. But where you at? Where that edge is kind of like where in particular, like locational type device. So whereabouts are you? Usually I would say this to somebody if they're like supposed to be somewhere. Yes. Schwarzenegger, it's 8 o'clock. Where are you? So Dawal Gumgo Knitty. I'm at the store. Dawal Gumgo Knitty. I'm at the store. Well, oops. Nipija Daye. Where should you be? Nipija Daye. Appas Gishbenwaje Mikchuyengo. At the office if you're gonna work today. But no. Dawal Gumgo Knitty. At the store. So you can replace this with anything. You can say Mishkakio Gumgo Knitty. I'm at the hospital, or you could say Mishkakio Nene Appas Knitty. I'm at the doctor's office, or Wisnau Gumgok. I'm at a restaurant. McDonald's, at McDonald's, or whatever you want to say. Okay. Jash Bamazajuk Eek Odajopi. Now, this one I put down because this is a really unique verb. It changes to this in the they. So the verb yay turns to eek in the they form. And if you didn't see this happen and you didn't see it come up in dialogue, you would never know that. But it becomes IK for they are in a location. That's why I chose to make this example. There are lots of people here right now. And they are hungry. And they are hungry. There are lots of people here. We snowing. Where is the food? We snowing. Or Nipijajayan, where are you? Maybe you're supposed to be bringing the grub or something. There's Jashpamadzajik ik Odajopi. Jashpamadzajik ik Odajopi. There are a lot of people here right now. Wabakawiyaman. 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 This is more a question I would ask my wife, mainly because I just simply never have an idea of what we're supposed to be doing on a regular basis. My schedule's always messed up.
Where are you tomorrow? Or
Where are we tomorrow? Where are we gonna be tomorrow? Like, basically like, another way you could have said like, what are we gonna do tomorrow? Wabakawiyaman. What are we gonna do tomorrow? Where are we tomorrow? Where are you gonna be tomorrow? You know, Wabakawiyaman, where are we gonna be tomorrow? Metsana. Moshe get Chomiquindesin Dajachke. Most of the time I don't remember what I should be doing. So especially when it comes to calendars. I got this new phone. Shkep biwa kosnagigi spinadon wina Jesus and then again Bawa Biam get order again. But my calendar didn't come with it. So my calendar is on my old phone, my new phone. Yeah, it doesn't have anything on it. So it's Scanna in Wuxana. On it, apps, BM get on Nestia, Gizel Mazinigan, Boa, BM get. So most of my apps came, but not my calendar. You can transfer that over. Anyways, anywho, Nipija Edge Yayuk, Nipija Edge Yayuk. Where are you all? So where are y'all at? Where are y'all? Where are you or you all or one of the other ones?
where are y'all?
Y'all yous. Yuns. Nipija Edgeyayuk. Nipija Edgeyayuk. Where are you all? Nipija Edgeyayan. Or excuse me, Nipija Edgeyayuk. Nipija Edgeyayuk. Where are you all? Zebik Nidiyak. ZB Committee, what's that? River. I mean, close enough. She said creek, and I was like, yeah, I mean, ZB West is creek, ZB would be at the river. Yeah. I mean, at the river, ZB, I'm at the river. Oh, I'm gonna bet Waja Guademochke go. Maybe I'm gonna do some fishing today. ZB Committee, I'm at the river, but ZB West would be the creek. And some people also will just say ZB Way is a variation of creek, but that was good. Nija be waja biayan. Nija be waja biayan. When are you coming? When are you coming, or when are you gonna come? Nija be waja biayan. Vietnam Gigo Sukka Nagi Gwenak. I've caught a lot of fish. Jash Gigoyuk. Mbaugum Goknadiye, Nijuwe. Mbaugum Goknadiye, Nijuwe. This one comes from thoughts, things I've said to my oldest daughter. This is what she usually replies to me at. I'll be like, Nipijajiye. Now where you at? Mbaugum Goknadiye, Nijuwe. Gago Ket Can Nijuwe. We demotion Onajopi Ayen. Don't you say that? You tell me. I said. So what I said was, we'll get this sentence first. Baugum go Knadiye. Baugum go Knadiye. What do you say? I thought I heard somebody say, what's Mbao? That gum go means it's a location, right? So it's a location where you sleep. It's your bedroom. I'm in the bedroom. I'm in the bedroom. Why? Need you we? And that's where I said, Gago Ket can need you we. Don't you say why? We demotion a in order people. You tell me where you are right now. Gago,
Early
yeah. Exactly. My kid always gives me that. She's why? What do you? Because I ask you, because I told you, don't ask me why. Just can do it. Do it right now. Yeah, in the bedroom, bow gum go. I'm in the bedroom. Why? Need you wait, why? Nede kekes. Nipije nindemen a. Nidikakas, Nipija and Indaman Ayayan. Now, that might be something my little kids would say, but, Nidikakas, I'm hiding. Nipija and Indaman Ayayan. Nipija and Indaman Ayayan. So where do you think I am? I'm hiding. Where do you think I am? Nidikakas, Nipija and Indaman Ayayan. I'm hiding. Where do you think I am? Gitchagami Knidyaman. Gitchagami Knidyaman. Gitchagami Knidyaman. So it's we, but not you. Scana. Scott is Bakaji. I'm a little bit mad. What is Gitchagami? Gitchagumi. Gitchagumi. Ever heard that? Hiawatha, the shores of Gitchagumi. Gitchagami. The ocean. We're at the ocean. That's why I said I'm mad. Gitchagami. So Gitchagami is at the ocean. Technically, it's a large body of water, but we usually use it for the ocean. You can also use it in reference to the Great Lakes. They're a very large body of water. So, but Gitchagami, at the ocean, Nidayaman, we but not you. This is one of those we but not yous that you're angry about. Like, wait a minute. What do you mean we're at the ocean and I'm not there? Gitchagami, Nidayaman, Nipijayayan. I don't know why I threw that in there. Where are you? I don't know what those. Oh, I think this one was supposed to go with the next one. I don't know why. Apis Nuiye Wabuk. Or I don't even know. I don't know why I asked the question. Where are you? Apis Nuiye Wabuk. I'm gonna be at the office tomorrow. Apis Nuiye Wabuk. We may stop right there. Because we're already past 12. I think you guys have, but this Wabash is kind of complicated, so we might let your minds rest for a little bit, and then we'll go back and do that on Monday. Start with some more of those. So we covered. I didn't really think it would take this much time, but I thought it was good. I thought it was good listening. When it's Shanagishpan, Ebisidoyan or Jeshmoan or Jash or Jeshmoan. It's good if you're listening. You listen to a lot of language. I mean, Gishkatoyan, Yan Kanotagayan on it, God maybe a gayan, and you try to translate a little bit of what I wrote. That's a good exercise, good mental exercise. Miigwech Jack, yo.